This guy is Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett. And he is in the news this week for saying something that is offensive and is par for the course for him. Here you go. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett. Gays are like children. Neither should be able to marry. When he isn't busy defunding public schools, Pennsylvania's oh-so-enlightened Republican Governor Tom Corbett is fighting hard to keep same-sex couples from marrying in his state. To that end, he's going after a low-level county clerk who had the audacity to issue marriage licenses to gay and lesbian couples because he believes it's the right thing to do. This was in Montgomery County, which is a mere 5 to 10 minutes from where I grew up in Pennsylvania.
I did not know that.
Little known fact. My mom actually works in the school district of Montgomery County. Just thought you guys would want to know that. In a lawsuit against the idealistic clerk...
We like Rich's mom, by the way. She's a big fan of the show.
She is. Shout out to Inga Webster.
Yeah, Inga.
The state's lawyers made the following ridiculously off-base and offensive argument. Gays can't marry in Pennsylvania any more than children can. Here's the exact wording. As the clerk issued marriage licenses to 12-year-olds in violation of state law, would anyone seriously contend that each 12-year-old is entitled to a hearing on the validity of his license? The state wrote in brief. By the end of the week, Corbett seemed to recognize that comparing consenting adults to children was offensive and probably the wrong analogy to use. He backed away from the statement, blaming his attorneys for the wording, and shirked all responsibility for it. But he'll be damned if gay Pennsylvanians marry under his watch. Tom Corbett, ladies and gentlemen. Richard, your thoughts?
I'm not shocked or surprised here. I'm really not. I'm shocked.
What is the... So that we have a legal argument here, which logically, as disturbing as it is, may make sense. But what do you think? Is there a way around this legally?
So there is a legal argument. The legal argument is gay marriage is not legal in the state of Pennsylvania. Thus, this
any
clerk,
more than children being married.
Right, and thus this clerk, and we talked with the clerk on the show before, who's like, I'm going to be on the right side of history. But with that being said, Jim Crow was also legal in Alabama, and slavery was legal in Alabama up until a couple months ago, or a couple years ago when they finally signed and ratified that Alabama was, or is it Mississippi, one of those states down there. Either way, this is not about. I don't think this is not really about the legality for me. I mean, this is just about right or wrong, and I think we know the right side of history is people. You should be able to do. I just don't. I don't get it, Rich. I really don't get why people are so offended because two people who it really is none of your business what they do want to be together. Why are you so offended by it?
Well, these personal responsibility Republicans and the government stay out of my family and out of my business don't seem to care about this. And the thing that's so interesting about this is we see people like Tom Corbett and his team of attorneys. They look at these laws like they exist in some vacuum where real people aren't affected by them. They look at it as it sits on paper, and I think that when you're making decisions like this, you need to look at public opinion and not view it as just words on a piece of paper.
Well, I mean, that's my point, right? They think about, gays shouldn't get married, but they don't think about, this is, real people that they're talking about. It's
exactly.
LGBT folks are some sort of figment of their imagination.
Well,
these are real people.
They dehumanize people, and that's how they're able to keep the public opinion from the Republican base in favor of this, by not treating them like they're real people.
Well, these are cousins, aunts, uncles, sons, daughters, children. Moms and dads. It blows my mind, and I always ask the same question. Okay, we need to it's about the defense of marriage, and I'm question, what is happening to your marriage? Is your heterosexual marriage being threatened? Mm-hmm. No. Is your church pew spontaneously combusting?
I don't think that's happened.
Did your Bible just did your Bible disintegrate in your hands? No. Are people and I just the argument doesn't make sense. It's like saying that your parents, who we love, Dick and Inga, because now people in Pennsylvania can get married, they're gonna get a divorce. Right, that's how crazy it is.
It's not a real argument.
It's nonsense. It's the argument doesn't exist. Like, we need to defend marriage. And I'm like, who are you defending it from? Like, who is the enemy of marriage? To be perfectly honest, if you want to defend marriage, then, like, it's actually the opposite. To defend marriage, you want more people to get married, whether they're gay, straight, or different. The more people that are married, the better marriage looks. Like that, you know what I mean? Is that just me?
No, you're right. You're right.